What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. 3 ways women see men sexually. Yeah, just real quick. Yeah, y'all see this in the afternoon probably. I don't know, I might upload it early. I don't know. But yeah, coming back from the gym, I'm kind of changed my schedule. It used to be I would film a lot of my couch videos in the morning and then go to the gym. But I'm finding if I kind of get up, still like check all my virtual traps and everything, then come to the gym and then come back and work on stuff. I was like, damn, getting a lot more done. Yeah, y'all gotta do the work. That's a constant philosophy of mine. Hold on, let me make sure I got this thing right. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so. Anyway. Yeah. 3 ways women see men sexually. Because honestly, that's a big part. People be saying select and non-select, but that's all how women see a man. And that sexual part is key. In fact, my mentor, Master Yao Yamache Morris, who gets deeper, he's a tantra master, and he gets deeper into it. He says, shoot, women checking out a man sexually, even if it don't have anything to do with trying to hook up. You going for a loan, they checking you out. A woman interviewing you for a job, they checking you out. They always evaluating a man sexually. Wait a minute, let me get this just right. Jeez. Man. Wait a minute. Oh. Let me get this thing. Okay, hold on. Alright. Mess with it a bit. Wait, hold on a second. I ain't had to say anything to anybody. I had to hawk. Anyway. Yeah, I ain't need to see that. Anyway, 3 ways women see men sexually. Then the first one is obvious. She lusting the motherfucker. I mean, she just straight lusting the dude. I mean, she looking at him, with that thought of, you's a big fine man, won't you stick that thing in? Wait a minute, I'm still messing with this thing. Wait a minute. Okay. We finally got it. I can see somewhat what's behind me. Anyway. Yeah, that's when a woman... But here's the thing with that. They don't always see that type of man. So look at that more like, okay, what's their ideal man they want to get with? What's the man who turns them out? Like men, they the same way. Because like I said, I love a butt dunk. Shoot. I always say breastises, but that's more for comedic effect, really. If a woman got relatively small breast and a big old butt dunk, oh, Rom's looking. Rom be like, oh, so how you doing? Yeah. And that, there's nothing wrong with that. So just like we're looking at a woman that way, certain women can trigger us. Certain men can trigger a woman. And this is very important to understand. Now, I know a lot of guys think, well, all the women want that guy who's tall, handsome, muscular, and all of that. But see, that's still a general thing. One thing about women, all of them have a specific guy that really triggers them. And it ain't always what you think. In fact, speaking of big old butt dunks, I was talking with Miss Angel yesterday, over at a spot doing some stuff for her. And she was checking out somebody on, she was telling me she had a show on. I ain't gonna say the show, but she was saying this guy on there is like real fine. And I was like, him? And she was like, yeah. And it's something we actually gonna do in a few weeks. We're going to talk about that. Women who they consider attractive and who men think they find attractive are 2 different things. Well, we're going to talk about that in a couple of weeks. But it just goes to show what I've always said, work out to be your best. Because you don't know. You really don't know. Yeah, you can say some general thing, but a lot of that is just whatever they promoting in the media. You never know when you talk to particular women. And I've done several videos on it, even shared a link to my the video on my Hello Ladies channel about what turns a woman on sexually. And I'm gonna share it again because guys, a lot of guys don't get it. A lot of guys think they have to look a certain way. No, you have to be your best and see which women actually lust that. Like, that's why I say in general, just be your best and see who likes it. Because, you know, all women got that. All women got that lust thing. All women want to have sex. There's going to be a guy that's going to make them wet. And it's not just a physical thing about it. It's about the guy's actions, how he carry himself, how he interact with him. There's a lot of stuff. And, you know, it could be based on the imprint. It can be based on the imprint. You don't know what her blueprint is. You don't know what the first 3 guys she got with look like. Because her imprint is going to be a combination of all 3. So if they were all like slim nerds, guess what she going to like? If they were all big old hominy grit eating offensive lineman type of dudes, well, guess what she's going to like? Shoot, even if they were short dudes, guess what they going to like? You know? That's what they going to like. And every woman is different. Now, yeah, you say some general stuff, but like I said, a lot of that general stuff is media promoted. Got a young man, he's actually an anthropological student, and he had actually pointed that out. Shout yourself out in the comments, brother. But, you know, a lot of it really is just what the media say. But when you talk to the women in the streets, all of them got that ideal man that they really go crazy over. And all people got that ideal. In fact, that's what a lot of media tries to tap into, other than the times that they like trying to force something on you, program you. But that's a conversation for my Deep Thought channel. Go ahead, dude. Run across that street while all the lights are coming and the cars are coming. So that's the ideal. So when they look at a man, do you match her ideal? You know? When they look at you, do they match your ideal? The woman, she gonna be like, and all women, I don't care who the woman is, they got an ideal. Every single woman got an ideal. So that's the first cut right there. Now the second cut is who she settled for sexually. And that could be, honestly, anybody. That's when a lot of other stuff come in. That's when you got to have some game. When you ain't that woman's ideal, you got to have some game. You got to have some way to convince her to sleep with you or have sex with you. And usually that's when you got to be in straight seduction mode. You know? That's when you got to try to win her over, even then. And usually those are situations like, okay, like if a guy actually spends a bunch of money on a woman, she might give him some like transactional sex, you know? Or if she can't find that, she can't routinely find that guy that actually gets her wet. I'm gonna start using that wet. Like wet is when a woman just look at you and she be taking off her pants talking about, I won't be needing these. Yeah, when she find that, she can't necessarily find that guy. So another guy, and usually in that case, it comes down to what she can tolerate. Let me use the example of what men want. Of course, we all got that ideal. Say your ideal is a big round butt dunk. How many women got that naturally? Let's just be real. How many women got that naturally? Or any ideal body part. Like some guys, you know, want that total figure 8. How many women got that? Got that flat stomach, nice breasts, you know, I had to get that in there again. You know, nice round butt, hips. How many women got that? You know? For women, it's the same way when they're looking at a man, whatever their ideal is. Because if you talk seriously, if you actually have a conversation with women, it's rare that they run into their ideal, but they still want sex. So then it come down to what do you do? And a lot of women would deal with that man. You know, ain't the ideal, whatever her ideal is, but you know what? She talks with him and everything. Hold on a second. Yeah, sorry about that again. But you know, what else he got? That's when they'll start looking for stuff. Like, okay, say the woman has a certain physical ideal. She meet a guy, okay, he kind of friendly, all right, makes her laugh, okay, how close can he come to what she actually wants? You know, this is the obvious thing. People get on height. Like her, like imprint could actually be 6'2". Okay, but she don't run into that guy because, you know, only 3% of the population, male population, is over 6'2" and over. All right, so she run into a guy 5'10". Okay, what else is he bringing? Does he have a decent face? All right, you know, her ideal might be that totally cut motherfucker. All right, well, this dude could stand to lose 20 pounds, but you know what? He dresses well, he's cool, he got cute eyes, you know, he got some stuff. Because remember what I said before, women, they will look for something. If all you need for a woman, ultimately, especially to be at that point where she'll at least settle for you, you gotta have something on you, something. And let's be real, because I know some guys say, well, I don't want a woman to settle for me. Let's just be real too. Probably 98% of women settling. 98. It's rare a woman gets that ideal guy. It's very rare. Very rare. And not impossible, but rare. So that's just a reality with most women. You know, a significant number of women, I don't care who it is, I don't care how player a guy is, even how selected he is, there's going to be some women settling for him. So anyway, they'll look at different parts of him. You know, they'll look at his physicality, they'll look at his personality. It's like those situations where they might talk with their girlfriends. They say, well, he is like genuinely nice. They'll talk about it. It's like one of those things, you know, they'll squint their eyes. They say, well, yeah, he does look like Idris Elba. Yeah, he got a little bit. You know, they'll find something. And one of the main reasons, women still got that sexual need. You should. Women still got that sexual need, so that's why a lot of dudes be getting something like us. Hey, look, women still, hey, yeah, they could get a dildo or something, but shoot, they get a hot D up in them. A hot D and some guy holding them and stuff. Shoot. Even if he might be facially challenged, they'll just say, hey baby, I'm just gonna back this thing up. You know, they'll keep their eyes closed there. But I mean, that's just a reality. My only issue with that one though, if that ideal man comes into the picture, the one she settled for might be in trouble. Well, actually, he'd be in big trouble. You know? Because, well, that's a whole other conversation about the lust thing. I talked about it actually today on my Patreon. See, there's a lot of stuff I hit on my Patreon, especially about sexual dynamics. And I got some on my Patreon. I'll give y'all a link to it. You gotta join. But, and I would just say join anyway, because you got even, you know, I do a video 6 days out of the week. You know, Sundays I always do my inspirational message, but you know, just going through the archives and stuff. But anyway, that's that one thing women are constantly looking for. It's amazing. Nobody talks about it. And I ain't gonna talk about it here. Hey, I give y'all enough free game. But anyway, so, all right, so you got the first two, the ideal man that just make them wet. Like, they just they might have an orgasm on the spot. I told y'all a story before. This woman, met her on, like, one of those dating things back in the day when they weren't sharing pictures. I remember it was just a straight freak conversation. So we'd talk about what we doing with whoever, and then talk some phone sex and shit. But I never forget, she called me up. She said, like, Ron, I saw this guy, his aura was so strong I had to sit down. She had that wet. I said, yeah, he turned you on. She's like, damn right. Like, we could be honest with each other like that. But, you know, so that's So that's the second thing. So you got the ideal guy a woman wants. She sees you as ideal. Or she sees you as somebody, okay, you'll do for the moment. You'll do. She can get with you. Oh, and a little trick with that, if she settle with, like say she get with you and she settles, here's some game for that. You turn her out in the bedroom, she'll change her view of you. Because remember, women want sex. If somebody understand that, they understand everything. Anyway, right? Then there's the third one, is the most fucked up one, and quite frankly, a whole lot of guys are there with the women that they encounter. Most of the women they encounter. Unfortunately, it could be all the women a man encounter. The third one is he gets none. He gets none. You just ain't turning a woman on sexually. Because, like I tell you, a common situation. A man might have everything going for him. You know, might have everything going for him, even being called handsome and stuff. Seriously, even be called handsome. He can be tall. I actually know of a situation like this. I actually know of a situation, like a couple situations like this. Like you look at the guy and, you know, you would think women want him. Indeed, every single woman might want him, except one woman. And like no matter what he got going on, she just ain't turned on. Because remember, every woman is within her. Yeah, women got a lot of stuff in general. But the most general thing is they want sex. The only question is who they want it with. So I knew this dude, other women be like going crazy over him. His main woman, his actual wife, was just like, she basically, first she had settled for him, and then it got to a point she didn't want to give him nothing. Yeah, but that's even before you get to that point. A woman check a guy out, and he just don't make her tingle. Even to the point, not even worth settling with. It's just nothing there. Because even with a man she'll settle with, he still got to have a little, he got to have something. He got to have, I say if you rate sex appeal, a man's sex appeal on like a number scale, like the guys that she's going to lust, the guys she really lust, like on a scale from 1 to 100, the guys in that lust zone are going to be in the 75 to 100 range, maybe even higher, you know. They go super good bar. That's actually a term I used to use years ago, super good bar. There's another level. I just don't talk about it because, well, can't really teach it. But anyway, it's even beyond that Chad and Tyrone thing. So anyway, that's another conversation. Anyway, right? You know, so the guy she'll lust be in that 75 to 100 range. Everybody else will be lower. You gotta have something. If you just don't turn a woman on, regardless. Because even now you say, remember, looks are subjective. So even if everybody else calling you handsome, she might not feel that way. Or you got a nice body, she might not feel that way. Or she could look at you and from like they'll say, she might see you as handsome. She say, oh yeah, you're handsome. And you know. But if you look at her tone of voice and everything, and I talked about that, I've talked about that on my Rom TV series, you know, Rom's Core Principles. But if you just look at her, if she just look at the guy, he for whatever reason, no matter what he got going on, she just does not feel that tingle. Now, she might like the guy, she might like talking with him, but she don't feel that all-important tingle. Seriously, that just happens. That just happened. You know? You just don't know. You just don't know. And, you know, that woman, she might be like, whatever, he just gets none. Unfortunately, some guys can't pick up on that, and they'll spend all their time trying to chase that woman around and everything. And that's a whole other conversation, trying to get an idea if a woman see you sexually. And I think I talked about it somewhere. I don't remember where. One thing with me, there's a lot of stuff I've addressed. I've addressed so many things. Sometimes I don't remember the name of the title. That's why I tell people, to get on my Patreon, to get on here, hit the archives. Even before you ask me the question, just hit the archives. I'm your Huckleberry. I give you the answers. But anyway, yeah, he gets none. She just ain't turned on. And one thing, I said this to nice guys and players, because I talked about choice in there. That choice, she choosing who she want to sleep with. If a woman just ain't turned on by you, it's actually a waste. And trust me, a woman will, if a woman's sexually aroused by you, she'll show you something. She'll show you something. And what I would tell guys, because I know somebody say, well, how can I get it? Well, I've been telling y'all body game. The main thing with body game is the primary way of turning on a woman is through your body. That's the primary way. That's the base of turning a woman on. She has to physically want to see you naked. And just like breasts will turn us on, fat ass will turn us on, big legs, for some people feet, or whatever it is, DSLs, dick sucking lips, whatever it is about her that turns you on, women the exact same way, man. There's something on you. Figure it out. Could be your shoulders, could be your arms, could be your chest, could be those abs, legs. And then that's the beginning of the circuit right there. And then the second part is your attitude. Because as I always say, a woman will say a man fine until he opens his mouth. So you hit him on that 2 levels. It's basic. She find you physically attractive. And I know some guys think it's just the face. No, it's never just. She's looking at the whole physical package. She ain't ignoring your body. And she ain't ignoring your face either. Though Miss Angel did say, I don't know how these guys don't understand women want to be the pretty one in a relationship. Because just real quick. Anytime I hear a guy say, oh, guys, women want a guy to look better than them, I know they ain't fuck with a lot of women, no matter what they say or present. Even if they try to present something online, even some I'm gonna call it out, even some content creators. We don't know how much you paying that one. So, I'm just saying. But anyway, right? Yeah, so, but they still checking it out nonetheless. Women look at the entire package. They look at everything. They would do a quick scan in 3 seconds and stuff. That's why I say body game. Just fix yourself up as best as possible and see who biting. And personally, honestly, ultimately, I would say if a woman don't show any sign that she's sexually aroused by you, and if you want to know, you need to buy my shit. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Because I just said it in like so many videos. Even if you don't want to buy my shit, just go through my damn archives. I guess that's a good thing. Whenever I see dragonflies around, that's a good thing. Oh, they got a ton of them around here. Let me lock my window. I remember I got in my car one time, had the windows cracked. There was a dragonfly on my seat chilling. It's like, yo, like, where you going? I'm going home. Where you going? Oh, I'm just rolling with you, dog. Anyway. Nah, but that's the thing, though. That's the thing. If a woman ain't showing like a sexual interest in you just don't worry about it. Just be like, okay. Don't spend money on her. Don't try to convince her. I mean, I'm saying at a minimum, just a minimum, even if it's a little bit. Because seriously, that's why a lot of guys get friend zoned quickly. It's all sex. Seriously. Come down to, I'm telling you, a lot of shit just come down to whether a woman want to see you naked, whether she want to have sex with you or not. Because if she don't, ain't nothing you can do. Ain't nothing you can do to convince her. Because even in situations where you cold approaching or you spitting that game or something, you gotta have just enough. You gotta be a minimum somebody they'll settle for, minimum. But if she ain't showing you that thing, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time at all. Just chill, do your thing. Focus on the women who's showing you some sexual attention. But anyway, that's all I have for now. I'm going to share, like I said, I'm going to share that link where women said what they wanted sexually. All of them were saying different shit. And so that's why I talk about a tribe. A tribe is just simply the women who feeling you sexual. That's it. You know, they feeling you. Thankfully, my tribe had big old butt dunks. People's like, Rob, you lucky. But even that, let me say something about that real quick. All men don't want that. So if your tribe a slim woman, real slim woman, okay, pay attention. Or petite, or women with just all they got, they could be like generally like flat ass but big breasts, okay. Or if your tribe is just above average beautiful faces, just go with it. Now, if you finding no women, but if you finding no women showing interest, start with the body. And for my metaphysicians out there, root chakra, sacral chakra, and throat chakra. So, I'm gonna see you pick up on that. Yeah, that's the deeper stuff. That's that tantra stuff, sacred sexuality, the Tao sexuality stuff there. But anyway, I get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.